nested for loop is used to display some patterns, like for example, suppose this is a pattern like star 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 5 number of times, and this should get repeated 5 number of times. Suppose I want to display this pattern onto the output screen, okay, this star pattern. Then how to do this? For these type of patterns we have to use this nested for loop. We have displayed this star here 5 number of times. Again we have repeated same thing. Again we have displayed that 5 number of times. Again displayed 5 number of times. To display these 5 stars, we will use one for loop. Okay, like here for I equals to, I will take here j variable. You can use I or j interchangeably, no problem, because I am using here one outer loop. I am going to use here one outer loop, and for that I will use that I counter. Okay, and that's why here for inner loop I will use j counter. Here for displaying this single line, okay, we have to use one for loop. Why? Because we are repeating the same task again and again, that is display star. Okay, with the help of printf we will display that star, one star, then again repeat that, again repeat that, again repeat that, again repeat that 5 number of times. And for that we will place for loop like this. For j equals to 1, j is less than equal to 5, j plus plus, and just printf. Now see how it will work. It will display 5 stars onto the screen. Initially j is 1, condition is true, it will display 1 star, then cursor will be here, again j will become 2, again condition is true, it will display second star, and so on up to 5, it will display 5 stars. Whenever j will become 6, it will stop displaying star. Okay, now I want to repeat this process again and again 5 number of times, and that's why I will place one more for here as outer for. Okay, because this process I want to repeat again and again. For repetition we use loop. That's why how many times I want to repeat this? 5 number of times. Just place here for that will execute this part 5 number of times. That's why place here like this. I will write loop like for I equals to 1, I less than equal to 5, I plus plus. In this way this loop will get executed 5 times. That's why this star pattern will get displayed 5 number of times. But keep in mind here, after displaying this we have to go to new line for next star pattern. Means for execution of this for again second time, that cursor should be onto the new line. Okay, that's why we will write here printf/n will display this pattern. How? Initially I is 1, condition is true, control will come inside and will execute this whole loop and will display these 5 stars. Again printf/n, that's why cursor will move here, and again I plus plus, I will become 2, again condition is true, again it will display 5 stars. Again I is 3, condition is true, again it will display 5 stars. In that way you will get this pattern displayed onto the screen using this nested for loop. Okay, now I am going to give you one shortcut method or one easy method that can be used while displaying patterns. Okay, just draw here first lines, whatever lines, like horizontal and vertical lines both. Now see here, how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows are there. Okay, for rows use I counter, and this is for rows. Okay, and always remember outer loop, whatever outer for, we will use for rows. Okay, for displaying rows, outer loop. And how many columns are there? But here just think like not only columns, elements in that row. Okay, means here in first row how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In second row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Means here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 columns are there. Okay, that is for that use j counter, and this is for columns, and it should, that j counter will be used in inner loop. Okay, inner loop. Now see here, we can use this for 5 number of rows. We can place value of I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Means outer loop will move from 1 to 5. Whenever value of I is 1, then we have to display 5 number of elements. Okay, means that is 5, value of j is from 1 to 5. Every time value of j will be from 1 to 5 because 5 number of times. Whenever value of I is 1, then we have to display 5 stars here. That's why we will that inner loop should execute 5 number of times. Again, whenever value of I is 2, again that inner loop should get executed 5 number of times. Whenever value of I is 3, again that inner loop should get executed 5 number of times. In this way, means that 5 is fixed every time. That's why we can use that outer loop, that is I from 1 to 5 here, like I equals to 1, I less than equal to 5, I plus plus. And for inner loop we will use j, and every time j is moving from 1 to 5 because elements are fixed here in each row. That's why j equals to 1, j is less than equal to 5, j plus plus, and we have to display star every time in this way. This is the one easy method that you can use for displaying this pattern. Okay, now one more point here. Suppose I want to display pattern like this, in this way. This is the pattern, suppose. Then how to write this I and j, how it will change in this way. Here number of lines are 5, that's why outer loop from 1 to 5 it is fixed. See, but inner loop it is not fixed. This 5 value is not fixed because every time we don't want to display those 5 stars. Here whenever value of I is 1, then I want to display only 1 star. Whenever value of I is 2, then I want to display 2 stars. Means how many times this inner loop should get executed? For first row it should get executed 1 time, for second row 2 times, for third row 3 times, means I times it should get repeated. Means I times this inner loop should get repeated. For whenever value of I is 1, then 1 star I am displaying. Whenever value of I is 2, 2 stars I am displaying. Whenever value of I is 3, 3 stars I am displaying. That's why I times this loop should get executed. That's why I will write here 1 to I. Automatically you will get this pattern displayed onto the screen. This is all about nested for loop. Normally this nested for is used for pattern programs. Okay,